Well, immediately after watching Tom Watson come up short on the 8-footer that would have won him the British Open, I received a text message from Dan, and it said, he hit it with his cane. And even though I shouldn't have, I laughed and laughed. Sometimes, as we see in the top 10, it's just not meant to be.
Absolutely no one picked the Mighty Ducks to get to the Stanley Cup final in 2003. Well, there was someone. Maggie the Monkey picked the Ducks to upset the Wings in the first round. As well as the Stars and the Wild. Maggie even picked the Ducks to win the Cup, but they fell short to the Devils in 7 games. The United States made it to the semifinal of this year's Confederations Cup only thanks to goal differential, but took charge against the Spaniards, who were unbeaten in 35 matches.
The U.S. has shocked Spain, and maybe the rest of the world, too.
To top the upset, the Americans jumped out to a 2-0 lead against Brazil in the final, only to surrender 3 straight goals and wind up on the losing end. Michael Andretti came out of retirement to join his son Marco in the field at the 2006 Indy 500. Amazingly, the Andrettis were 1-2 coming out of a caution with 6 laps left. Michael would eventually fall back, but Marco had a shot at the victory.
Marco Andretti, Hornish, who's going to win? At the stripe, it's Hornish wins!
Set to become the oldest man to win a major, 53-year-old Greg Norman led the 2008 British Open after 3 rounds.
He is the talk of the Open Championship here at Royal Birkdale.
It wasn't to be. The Shark crumbled in the final round, shooting a 77 and finishing 3rd. The 6-seeded Flames marched all the way to the Cup final in 2004, but ran into the Lightning.
Oh, baby, for sure!
Tampa took the series in 7. The Flames' provincial rivals had their own run in 06. The 8th-ranked Oilers upset the top-ranked Red Wings and made it all the way to the Cup final, only to lose in 7 to Carolina. The 2007 Colorado Rockies had to win 14 of their last 15 games to force a tiebreaker to decide the National League West, and that would go to extra.
The throw to the plate, he is safe!
Rocktober would continue through to the World Series, but would come to a sudden end when the Rockies were swept by the Red Sox. 39-year-old Jimmy Connors was ranked 174th in the world and received a special exemption to take part in the 1991 U.S. Open, giving him a chance to scratch and claw his way through.
How about you're playing my butt off at 39 years old and you doing that?
His unlikely run took him all the way to the semis, but it would end at the hands of Jim Courier. Their first winning season in 9 years, the Cardinals made it to the NFC Championship game in 2008.
Let's not let our emotion take over for playing good football.
They'd fight off the Eagles and make their first Super Bowl in franchise history. But a Cardinals lead with under 3 minutes to play just wouldn't last.
Pass time. Throws to the back of the end zone, and it is off for a touchdown.
The 1981 Ottawa Rough Riders made the playoffs despite a 5-11 record and amazingly made it to the Grey Cup. They jumped out to a 20-1 halftime lead over the heavily favored Eskimos. The second half was a different story. The Riders were outscored 25-2 and would lose the game by 3.
You know, every organization has its problems, but it just seems like we have more.
The Rays endured last-place finishes in 9 of their first 10 seasons in the majors until 2008. Tampa Bay shocked the American League, topped the defending champion Red Sox in the ALCS in 7 games, and made their first World Series in franchise history. However, the Phillies spoiled the party in the Fall Classic.
Phillies are world champions.